And I'm not gonna lie, waiting is very frustrating right now because on paper, I'm qualified. My resume, impeccable. But it just seems like they're hiring, but they're not hiring at the same time. Welcome back to the Finding My Fit series, where I am documenting in real time of me trying to find the right role that will marry my strengths as well as my passions, give me the freedom as well as the compensation that I'm desiring, and just ultimately finding the right role that fits the person that I am today. And in this episode, I really want to talk about the job search. I have been actively applying for roles via LinkedIn, via Greenhouse, doing Google searches, as well as getting firsthand referrals for corporations. And it has left me with crickets. Insane. Even the referrals have left me with crickets. It's very discouraging, especially when on paper you are experienced, you have the credentials, you have the skills, you have everything and the data, the impact to back up exactly who you are and the value that you bring to the table. But yet, I have not had an offer come across my email yet. And that has been it's been very discouraging, and almost in a sense, it makes me feel like, am I the problem? Like, what is it that I'm not doing? Do I need to revamp my resume? Do I need to look into career coaching? I've done all of the things as far as like just thinking about what I need to do for me to actually land an offer. And honestly, I think it is the job market. I did have the opportunity last week to meet with a former colleague of mine, and we were able to do a one-on-one clarity call and just kind of go over my goals within corporate as well as the type of companies that I would like to work for. I personally, my background is in Fortune 500 companies. I am used to that environment. I'm used to working with global organizations. So that is the direction that I want to continue to progress in. So I have my eyes on like FANG companies, but I'm also open to smaller companies, but it definitely needs to be a global organization that is well established, bringing in revenue, has streamlined processes and workflows so that I can be my best self in that role. I've had experience in startups and I learned very quickly that it is not for me. I've dabbled into people management and I've learned very quickly that it's not for me. I strictly want to be an individual contributor for the remainder of my corporate career. So that has kind of have me in such a weird space because a lot of the roles that I am qualified for, they're senior roles or director roles, and that requires people management. And that is something that I don't want to do. So I feel like it's like very unique in my position to where I have senior level experience, but at the same time, I want senior level pay without the responsibilities because I've seen it, I've done it. I just want no parts of it. I feel like being an entrepreneur outside of corporate and having to be your own boss is challenging as it is outside of corporate. I don't want to do that double. I just don't. That is not fitting for me and my personality and just like how I want to live. I know that when I decided to leave my previous employer, I did not know what I want to do. But as I've been on this job search, I feel like it's getting more and more clear on what makes sense, what's sustainable, what will make me happy, as well as give me the compensation package that I want, the work-life balance that I want, being remote, being a great organization, global organization, and driving real impact with my current skill set. And it's crazy because it's like something that I have learned is that you could be really good at something for years, but that does not mean that you are fulfilled. And I feel like that is the journey that I'm on. If other people were in my shoes, they would probably be like, girl, why did you leave? Like, that was the perfect setup. It's the perfect company. You had the perfect role, all of the things. But it doesn't mean that I was happy or that I was fulfilled in that role. And that is just something that I am seeking and I am just consistently searching for is fulfillment within corporate. And I know it's possible because I come across so many different, beautiful people that love their roles. They love what they do. I know I can have that too. I just have to find it. So realistically, I have been applying to a lot of roles. Right now, I'm probably about 120 plus applications in. Out of those applications, they're extensive. Some require cover letters. Some actually have case studies that they need for you to be able to do these applications. It's been a wide variety of different applications that I have been putting in. But one thing that I'm trying not to do is get discouraged by the amount that I'm doing and know that right now it is strictly a numbers game. So I'm doing my best to like show up at home, show up as wife, mom, show up as a content creator, do all the things while actively making sure that that job search is being a priority day in and day out. I typically start out first thing in the morning as well as late at night just to kind of see if anything else has popped up on my search that I need to apply for. I really feel like Sundays is a really good day for me to put in applications for something new. I also get text alerts for a lot of the companies that I just zoned in on and like they're like top favorites right now. So that has been a good thing for me. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like doubt is creeping in. I sometimes feel like, what in the world did I do? I should have just sucked it up and just dealt with it. But then another part of me is like, would you have been happy? Would you have been more stressed out? And remember when I was talking about like how I like had TMJ, like just stress, anxiety, like I could feel it in my body. That has subsided to an extent since I've let that job go. So I know that it was causing physical stress to my body. So now I'm just trying to keep my head down and stay focused and not get discouraged by it not happening as quick as I thought it would. So right now there's a role that I'm really excited about. I have done the 3 rounds of interviews. They've gone really successful. I was actually asked to interview for a more senior level role because they felt like I was just way too qualified for the role that I was initially applying for. So I ended up actually interviewing for 2 different roles at the same time. So I'm kind of like waiting for that company to kind of reach out and see what that's going to be. I'm not going to lie, I felt discouraged only because I've never had to really wait this long to hear anything back concerning the job. Typically when I apply, I interview extremely well and I get decisions quickly. And I can make the decision whether or not to accept the offer. This situation has been completely different. And I'm not gonna lie, I was in literal tears earlier because I'm just like, Lord, what do you want me to do? Because I honestly do not know what it is that I need to do right now because I'm applying. I'm searching, I'm getting referrals. People are checking in for me. They're advocating for me. They're trying to get me in front of hiring managers. I'm reaching out to people on LinkedIn. I'm doing all of the necessary steps, but I am not getting a door open yet. And today I got an email. I got an email from a brand saying that I was selected for their campaign, and it is a paid campaign, 4 figures. I just stopped, looked at the email, boohoo tears, just thanking God because here I was just 30 minutes prior stressing over not knowing if I'm going to get the role and feeling like I need to do something now. I want to make more money now. What do I need to do? And I feel like getting that email just a few minutes ago is just the ultimate confirmation that God has me covered and for me to fully walk into this season. And it's one of those things where I know content creation is a lucrative stream of income, but it's also something that I personally did not want to put all my eggs in that basket. So that's where I was just kind of like apprehensive to like doing this full time, but I have no choice but to do this full time. And I feel like getting that email today just further confirmed that I'm on the right path and I need to continue to show up and God is going to provide like every step of the way. And it's crazy because I had a revelation come to me about creating content, but I didn't know what that would look like because I'm just in a weird funk space because I feel like I can't even think properly sometimes because of my circumstances and what's going on right now and just me actively looking for employment. It's kind of hard to kind of focus on what you need to when it's like you have responsibilities, you have bills, you have stressors, you have all these things. I'm trying to stay level-headed, I'm trying to stay focused, and I'm trying to stay positive throughout the whole process, but I'm human. I'm flawed. And I just keep thinking about what can I do? What extra can I do? What more work can I put in? I've been putting in all-nighters. I've been staying up late. I've been editing. I've been researching. I've been putting in applications all in at the same time. So I'm just like, what more do I need to do to make this happen? And getting that email just further confirmed why I don't need to stop. Because had I had stopped making content while I was in corporate and while I was figuring out my way in this new industry and getting this new position and all the things, I would not be in the situation that I'm in today. I don't think this opportunity would have come. And that's one of the things that I'm grateful for, is that I've always continued to show up chronically online. Even though sometimes I'm just like, I want to just throw in the towel. I don't think it's working. There's no traction. But I do know for a fact that there's reward and consistency. And today just really proved that, because although all this crazy stuff is going on right now, I'm still showing up online as much as I can, doing the best that I can, and literally just giving God all that I have and letting him multiply it, because that's all I can do right now. So although I don't have the answer from the job or the other jobs that I have applied to, because the denials and the rejections are coming left and right, that email today was proof I'm exactly where I need to be, and I just need to stay focused. And another great thing is that I have been deep into my Bible study and just studying, Genesis and studying Haggai. And one of the constant reminders is that I'm seeing is that there is reward for obedience, and you just have to take the step. Take the first step and God will order it. He will give you the encouragement. He will order your steps and you will be blessed. And that is exactly what I have to do in this season. I have to be obedient, and I just have to put my best foot forward, and that is exactly what I'm doing. So if you're in your own waiting season, this video is for you. Drop a comment and let me know where you're at in your journey. I read everything. Subscribe if you're new. Join the community here. It is growing, which I'm so grateful for. I remember where I started, and to see where we are now, I'm just like, it warms my heart. And feel free to share this with someone who needs it. And until then, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.